Hello and welcome to this first look at Plague Inc. Evolved. It's a game developed by Endemic Creations. It got released in 2016 in early access, I believe, because I bought the game in early access. So that's quite a while ago. It costs 15 euros. It's an absolute steal. It's a game about evolving a disease so you can wipe out humanity. And if you don't if you don't kill every single human on Earth, then you lose, basically. So it's a strategy simulation game. So there's no combat, it's just you managing your disease and evolving it and doing stuff at the right time. It got single player, it has multiplayer, so you can play against people, you can play co-op, so together as well. So there's also the scenario creator. Um, then you have the stats and leaderboards if you're into that. There's also a board game of this video game. And there's a mobile version. The mobile version is a bit different though because there everything is split up into separate DLCs. While if you pay the 15 euros on Steam, you get the entire game, you get everything. So let's get to it. Let's play a game. So let's start with single player. You have official scenarios as well, specific scenarios, custom scenarios, speed runs, but let's just do the main game for now. There's also a tutorial. These are all the diseases. As you can see, I haven't unlocked all of them. I'm at 81%. These ones are pretty cool. These are really custom scenarios about vampires and um, Planet of the Apes. And there's a zombie scenario as well. But let's start with the basics and let's start with bacteria. I'll probably make a video about the necrovirus after this to show you what a more varied scenario looks like. But let's just start with the basics. So bacteria, and then you can select genes to increase your chances to winning, right? These genes you can unlock by playing the game. So as you can see, I haven't even unlocked all of the genes that are available. And these will give you little advantages. So this is going to give us more DNA points. This is increasing the chance of mutation a little bit, increasing the chance of plague spreading by land. So various little benefits. Oh, I haven't selected any here. Okay. So I think I go with hydrophile because that's about giving your plague a bonus in humid climates. Okay. Yeah, I've only unlocked 20% of all the genes. And then we can change the difficulty. Carol is really simple. I'm not sure if I completed on brutal yet. Well, let's just go with normal. So, and then you come up with a name. Backed OP, whatever you desire. And then the first thing you have to do is select the country where you want to start. So usually the best thing to start is in a country that both has an airport and a harbor, because those are quite important to spread your disease. So India is usually one of my picks. Saudi Arabia is pretty good as well, I think. But And I also think that the starting position, the starting land, uh, with the land where you start your disease, the disease picks up certain characteristics of the land. So if we take India, for instance, so I'm going to pause the game for a second. So if we look at India, India is a hot, rural, humid country. So these characteristics play a role in your infectivity, in the infectivity of your disease. As you can see, we just started to infect people here. And the idea is that from India, we're going to infect the entire world. And once everyone is infected, then we can ramp up the lethality. Um, because if you, let's have a look at this. If you look at the graphs here, oh, there are no graphs yet here. Let's look at that later, maybe. So here are the infected countries, the non-infected, and the idea is that we now speed up time a bit. And we're getting points because we're infecting more and more people. And we're also gonna get points once these bubbles pop up like that, and then you have to click them away as soon as possible, and then you get DNA points. And these DNA points you can spend on abilities for your disease. So let's wait a little bit longer until we have enough points. You also get some news bits. Some are quite funny though. Um, technical error in random number generate. Yeah. Okay, we have enough points for to do something now. Let's have a look. So you have 3 tabs: transmission, which is gonna help you with transmission of the disease. But all of these, like like transmission with mosquito or blood transfusion. I was about to say brain transfusion. And rural livestock, rats and birds. They also cause mutation, and mutation risk also increases your uh, what's it called again? Your severity. So first of all, we have the infectivity. We need to get that as high as possible so we can infect as many as soon as possible. But we have to do that while we keep severity of the disease as low as possible. Because once your disease gets detected, then research starts to ramp up. And after that, it just becomes a race against time to infect and kill enough people before the cure is actually found. Because once the cure is found, the game is over. So if the cure is at 100%, it's like 99% sure that it's over. So keeping lethality low in the beginning is also a good thing to do. Else you're not going to infect many people. All right. So let's go back to this screen right here. So we got transmission, symptoms. So symptoms as well. These can uh, evolve over time, so you can get some of these for free if you have a high mutation rate. So if you pick a lot of these animal and mosquitoes stuff, then you will get some of these for free, but at the risk of increasing your severity. So you kind of have to balance that out. And then you have also the abilities. So these are pretty standard. This is against cold, heat resistance, and this is to infect more wealthy countries and um, increase the difficulty of the research for your disease. So that's this tree right here, and this one is very specific to bacteria. So you can this can change. So this is not available for the other diseases. This is very specific for bacteria alone. So, but other than that, these are basically the standard options you have. But it can vary, can change from disease to disease. Like with bacteria, we have these custom options to create a bacterial shell to protect against all climates. So let's pick that. That sounds pretty good. And the next one we should go for is the water one. So we can infect, we have more chance infecting countries by ship. So as you can see, you have all these ships and planes going around. And that's why it's very important to start in a country that has an airport and a harbor as well. Okay, and a drink. So we're infecting more and more people now, getting points, so it's looking good. Now, how do you infect other countries? In most scenarios, you can't really um, pick which countries you infect. It's random. It's based on your transmission and yeah, on these transmission factors that you build up. So this we have a mutation. So BACOP has mutated and developed anemia symptom without using DNA. So we have to be careful though. Let's pause for a second and then we can have a look at the cure graph. So as you can see here, because we developed a symptom, the severity of our disease has spiked. And that's not what we want in the beginning. We want to keep this as low as possible. So what you can do is you can go back, or I could have done it from this panel as well, is go to this thing, and then this is the one that we evolved for free during mutation. We can just devolve that. We can even get some DNA points back for that. But yeah, at this point it's cost 2 DNA points. But usually the higher up you go, the more points it costs to evolve it. And the devolve cost doesn't remain the same. It's always 2 DNA points. So it's all about using your DNA points at the right time in the right amount. Because if you spend too much points at the start, you might end up losing because you run out of points to counter certain things. Let's continue with. So as you can see, you also have to be quick enough to click these bubbles away, else you're gonna miss out on the points. All right, we got some more points. Let's have a look. So infectivity is still our main goal at this point. The bacterial shell further increasing bacteria survivability in all climates. Let's just go with this for now. So we're gonna increase our survivability on ships. That's pretty important. We could also go for the transmission via air, so that's going to affect plane transmission as well. That's something we could consider, but it does cost 10 DNA points, so all right, let's select that one as well. All right, let's continue. So now we have infected another country. As you can see, we have 4 infected, and that will grow as well. So now we have 2 infected countries. That wasn't me, by the way. I'm not coughing into the mic. Okay, so we got a third and a fourth country. So at the moment you can see it spreads to the countries that are close by, but this line indicates that the transmission happened by airplane. Oh wow, we're spreading rapidly here. So this infection happened by ship. Oh wow. As you can see, there's this dotted line that indicates from which country to which country the infection happened. Okay, we got 4 new infections. And it's going quite rapidly now. As you can see, India is gonna be infected completely real soon. Alright, let's have another look at the graphs. So as you can see, our severity is still low and our infectivity has spiked. So that's good. The infection is spreading, as you can see, but it's pretty obvious. And now it's just a matter of infecting each and every country. That's usually the best strategy. We're assembling a lot of points, but so we have another mutation. I'm going to remove this one again because I really don't want our disease to get detected. I want to spread the disease to some more countries. Like Madagascar, which can only get infected by ship, and mainly Greenland is a really hard country to infect because it's cold and only available via ship. Mystery still surrounds the decision to postpone the Rio Olympics. Organizers promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for the change. So we're now playing the waiting game.
291 is now. All passengers, please proceed to gate 4.
We might have a look and see. We could increase these bacterial shells a little bit more so we have more chance of infecting the colder countries. Yeah. I should have done that earlier probably. We were ranking up so many points. Anyway. New aid program for poor countries. The UN announced an aid initiative for poor countries, making them less vulnerable to the disease. Okay. So you can have these factors that come into play that make it harder to transmit the disease. We haven't infected Iceland and Greenland yet. Let's have a look at the world. Oh, there's still plenty of countries that we haven't infected yet. Mostly South America and Africa, it seems. Alright, Iceland, there we go. So as you can see by the lines, transmission via plane and via the dotted lines, transmission via ship is very important in most of the scenarios. We have developed insomnia symptom. So look and see how important that is. Doesn't seem to do much. Oh, we did get detected because of that. See that? So that was a mistake. I should have removed it immediately. So now our disease is detected. At the moment, people consider it mostly harmless, though. But yeah, the clock is ticking now because India starts working on the cure. And you can see the cure progress here in percentages. Once it gets to 100%, you lose the game. So the Olympics will begin soon, despite backed up. Well, Brazil is already infected, so I don't think the Olympics are going to matter. So how many countries are left? Oh my God, still lots of countries left. Good medicine has stopped any disease from spreading in Brazil during the Olympics. Okay. Let's have a look here. We can increase the resistance of the disease and then decrease the research speed. So I'm spending a lot of points here. Hopefully that will slow down the cure a bit. Because we still need to infect Greenland rather. WHO raises threat level for backed up due to extremely rapid evolution caused by DNA instability. So that's where your mutation risk comes into play. The higher your mutation chance, the higher you get, the higher chance of getting noticed, and people will start paying attention more to your disease. Charities are holding a backed up awareness day to raise the profile of this disease and encourage development of a cure. Let's have another look. So we still have Caribbean, Greenland as islands that we need to infect. The other are, yeah, Sweden. The Scandinavian countries are usually quite hard to infect. Egypt joins in the global cure effort. Yeah. Anemia symptom. Let's just get rid of that again. So now we have to click these flasks away to reduce the increase in cure effort. Okay, Caribbean has been infected. Sweden. We still need those countries. I might consider going for some more cold resistance on top of what we have already. And even more work needed to develop the cure. Yeah, let's do that. World Cup has been cancelled due to fears of backed up. So as you can see, the cure is getting along quite rapidly. I thought we already infected Sweden. Oh, Baltic states still not impacted. Fear of backed up is causing the global economic markets to panic. Land, air, and sea trade is slowing as well as all economic activity. So is there a way for us to increase infectivity without too much trouble? I think we should wait a little bit more. We still have Greenland and Baltic states to infect. And we need to assemble more points as well. So yeah, there can be random events killing some small amount of people, but usually not really that important. So the nausea symptom has developed. Applesoft announces a new eye cure device to help cure backed up. Release date to be determined. I think we're gonna lose this one, to be honest. I'm gonna take birds and rats, I think. Or maybe livestock. Okay, we infected the Baltic states. Now we just have Greenland left. Iceland executes infected people. Iceland has executed a group of people with backed up to prevent infection. Oh, there was still one person left and started infecting people again, so that's good. It's not spreading though. iCure released globally. Okay. It might not be affected though. Alright, Greenland infected. So now we can maybe ramp it up a little more. So now it's a race against the clock, a race against the cure to get people infected and ramp up the lethality of the disease. But I'm skeptic. It's already at 51%. Very high level of birds migration, okay. We're not getting enough points anymore. Huge earthquake in Italy. The CDC dispatches teams worldwide to try and identify the backed up patient zero. They hope that the information learned will accelerate development of a cure. I hope so. I hope not. CDC teams are focusing on India as the source of backed up and hope to identify patient zero. Damn it. So we're developing more symptoms. Yeah, it seems like not immediately devolving that symptom is gonna cost me the game. USA has bombed areas with high infection. Oh wow. It's not looking good. So I made two mistakes actually. First one was not devolving that symptom immediately, and the second point was spending too much points at once. I have nothing left to ramp up the lethality either. Alright, we lose. Game over. There is nothing we can do anymore. Defeated! Oh man. So let's see. But that's basically the game. And then you have all these different scenarios with other abilities, other mechanics. Um, let's have a look at. So I haven't completed this one yet. This is the zombie scenario. Let's have a look at that. I'm gonna start in India again. So this is a very different scenario. I'll show you the transmissions. So this is completely different. These are different symptoms. Abilities are still somewhat the same, but yeah, everything else is completely changed, and it completely changes again once you start developing the zombie symptom. So our first task is still the same, trying to infect as many as possible without getting detected. Hey Herbert Treaty. I'm not sure what that's about. Let's have a look at transmissions because they completely changed, right? So this increases future research speed, mutation chance as well, so let's not take that. Virus replicates faster in salivary glands, increasing chance of infection through contact with saliva. So that might be good, I think. And inflammation of submandibular gland increases saliva production. Okay, so look at. So it has not increased our severity. It has increased infectivity, so that's good.
Flight 291 is now boarding. All passengers, please proceed to gate 4.
We got some more points to spend, so let's have a look. Compulsive hunger forces continuous eating. Lack of hygiene increases risk of infection. Inability to sleep causes irritation and tiredness, slows future research speed. Virus splits its genome into smaller molecules, increasing the likelihood of viable mutation during transmission. So mutation is something we have to avoid, I think, for the moment. Poor countries particularly vulnerable. Okay, let's try that maybe. Virus bypasses alveolar macrophages in lungs to enter bloodstream, increases effectivity, especially in arid environments and plane transmission. It significantly increases chance of infection through contact with mucus. Okay. Aha. Virus can survive outside the body in fresh warm water, increasing infectivity, especially in humid environments and ship transmission. Yeah, let's go for that. So normally our severity, severity has gone up a little bit. Alright, let's see what happens if that is an issue or not. If it is, then we might have to restart already. But it seems okay at the moment, so we just have to make sure it doesn't go up any further. You know, we're almost at 1,000,000 though, and we haven't. Oh, there we go. All of a sudden, we're infecting multiple countries.
291 is now boarding. All passengers, please proceed to gate 4.
What's going on at gate 4? So we have a mutation, polyphagia symptom. Let's just remove that right away. Oh, that's the hunger one. Let's have a look and see that. So it hasn't increased the severity, so maybe we can get away with that. Alright, we got multiple infected boats going. Yes, there we go. Now we're talking. Oh, we got detected. Ah, crap. So they closed down the harbor already, but the airport is still going. Let's have a look. Significantly increases infection rates. Frequent vomiting, but vomiting is kinda not so happy about any of these. But this increases future research speed. Is that a typo or because that's detrimental, right? If you, why would increasing future research speed is the opposite of what we want. Here we go. This one slows future research speed. So I'm wondering if this is a typo or not. I don't think we should be worried about hot temperate, hot countries. It's usually the cold countries that are an issue. Now let's, how many? We have 53. Let's take these two for now. Oh, it's got increased. I'm probably gonna have to do something about this. I'm not sure this is gonna help. How did we raise our severity then? Oh, it costs 7 DNA points to devolve. Oh, that's not good. So I think we're stuck with what we've picked so far. I'm just gonna have to write it out. Okay, they're starting on the cure. So now we have two choices. Either we try to expand rapidly, or we can just try to stay low for a little bit longer. Let's wait a little bit longer. See if we can spread without being aggressive about it. We've been placed on the WHO watch list. We're infecting a lot of countries, that's good. Infection is spreading quite rapidly as well. We got a mutation. Insomnia, that's okay. That one's pretty good actually. Indonesia is joining the research. Okay, now we might have to look at trying to slow down the research a bit more. Slows down future research speed, okay. Sensitivity and pain when eyes exposed to sunlight slows future research speed, but slightly reduces infection rates. So that's tit for tat. Splits in genomes, likelihood of viable mutation. Okay, let's ramp up the mutation a bit. We can go for plane transmission more, maybe. And then decrease future research speed even more. Oh, it's going up real fast now. Let's try to slow it down a little bit more. So how many are affected? Well, over half. mutation. Oh, that's new. What's a host range broadens to include bats, which are hard to detect, increases infectivity and mutation chance. Yes. What's this? Causes bats to mob and attack humans at night. Increases infectivity and attacks can be lethal. Got 35 points. Let's have a look. Can be fatal and significantly slows future research speed. Okay, let's go with that. So now it's probably about time that we develop this zombie trait. Formation of complex neural structures enable reanimation of damaged cells and restoration of low-level vitals. Turns dead into zombies. What's all this? Research speed. Oh, increases infectivity. 16 points. Yeah, we need to take this one right now and start creating zombies. So we didn't manage to infect 2.5 billion people. So now we have to turn as many as we can into zombies to finish off the rest. Anything we can do. Active ability lets zombie forms hordes to travel across land and water and attack new lands. Active ability enables neurological regeneration in the brains and infected corpses, effectively reanimating some of the dead. Okay. Slows decomposition of corpse. So we developed cannibalism without any costs. What's cannibalism? Oh, it's this one. Okay. Infected brain cells switch to anaerobic respiration. Lactic acid buildup is lethal and destroys higher brain processes and personality.
Flight 291 is now boarding. All passengers, please proceed.
Necro 2 is turning people into zombies. Oh, we don't have enough points to do anything, I think. So we'll get authorities can protect from Necro 2. Panic spreads worldwide as the authorities in India fail to protect citizens from the Necro 2 zombies. Alright, do we have a country with a lot of debt? China, 160 million. So maybe let's try it with China. So we got 5 million zombies there now. Central Asia. Oh, hold on. Let's develop this ability. Zombies more likely to follow other zombie hordes. Size increases to the thousands. Focus on horde leader. Okay, let's take that. And then we try to infect Japan from Korea. This ability. Oh my god, there are only zombies left here in these countries. 11 million, 38 million, 47 million. Alright, let's try to send the ones from India to Australia maybe. Although we still have these in New Guinea and Indonesia left. And Philippines. Okay, let's send the ones from the Philippines to Australia. And the ones from India to Russia maybe? Or Ukraine? I'm not sure if we can do that. Did that work? Okay, there's only zombies here left here. So let's infect Canada maybe. Let's have a look. Slowing down decomposition, yes. Significantly increases ocean's travel speed, okay. Zombie horde size increases into the thousands, increasing movement speed. Let's take the movement speed. And we still have these as well. So what do we have here? Nutrient flow to the occipital and temporal lobes increases, enhanced sight and hearing increase severely. Nutrient flow to the parietal lobe, improving movement and coordination. We only got 10 points left though. Increasing overall speed of the horde. Okay, let's do that. So we got Transferring the zombies didn't really do much, it seems. They're about to die out. um, we still got 800 million here in China, so let's try to move those to Russia. So these are infected. That's probably gonna be okay. These are all going to die out. What about Europe? Europe is really not destroyed. They're doing pretty good in Europe. This Iceland and Greenland as well. Alright, maybe we should try to move these. $45 million, 27, 4 million. So let's try to move these there. Insect population boom. Insect numbers are increasing due to an abundance of corpses, and they are adapting to feed on zombies, significantly increasing the rate of zombie decay. That's not good. I'm gonna have to check where we can find the most dead. 45 million of dead, 27 million dead. But this has an XCOM base, so maybe we should destroy that. Oh wow, they're killing off the zombies real quick actually. I thought we tried to infect Central Europe. We're dying too fast. So perhaps would be reanimated. Can't really do much at the moment. So sending the hordes to Brazil or resurrecting them didn't really do much. $32 million. I'm not sure what the difference is between the red and the white arrow. Okay, we infected Germany at least. Nuclear weapons have been used against Turkey in order to neutralize a major zombie population. Okay, well, we did manage to infect the Balkan states. Man, why is it so hard to infect Russia? Oh my god, all the zombies are dead here. Okay, it seems like we managed to infect Australia this time. But we still have to kill off New Zealand as well. So pause for a second. We got 21 million of zombies here in Peru. So let's try to send them again to Brazil. Oof, USA is going down, I think. Mexico, the numbers are going down as well. Can't really do anything about it. Is there a country? Oh yeah, USA has a lot of deaths, so let's try to do that next time. Damn it, XCOM is winning. Okay, we're increasing. Ah, they got a base here as well now. Come on now. Let's raise the dead in America. Not sure why they're dying so fast in America. It's not looking good. I think we're out of zombies to control at this point. Got 22 million left in Peru, but that's about it. Yeah, we failed to infect the northern part of the globe. So next time we really have to focus on infecting the northern part first before getting detected. I feel like our disease got detected too early. Yeah, we're just dying out at this point. Damn it, lost again. Not doing a good job. At least we're destroying the Balkan states. Humanity is going to live on. We wiped out a great deal of humanity though. How many is left? 1.2 billion. Oh no. Would raise some zombies in Russia. Yeah, it's going down as well. Ah. Yeah, defeat is imminent. So how do you feed the XCOM bases then? Wood speed. Seems like we're missing a lot of abilities, so. Oh, Norway, the zombies are still doing well. And in Ukraine. So weird that some countries get completely overrun and others. So all the uninfected basically have XCOM bases now. Except the US. They don't need them. They got enough guns. Can send those to. White is not. Red seems to be to another country that's already infected. I don't think it would matter much. Yeah, we're not getting a foot down. How many deaths? Alright, let's try to raise some deaths in China. Zombies are just dying out. Humanity has survived Necro 2 and the zombie apocalypse. Although much of the world is dead, the survivors can rebuild and carry humanity forward. Aww. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it and you have a good view on what the game is all about. Thank you for watching. Catch you next time.